Well, hey everybody. Welcome to In the Kitchen with Tally Faye. Long time no see, right? What a busy life we lead these days, isn't it? It's just crazy to me. My life was not, I don't remember our lives being this busy when I was younger. We had time for stuff, and we still got things accomplished. I don't know. It's crazy to me. But nonetheless, I know I've been gone a little while, and I got a bunch of recipes coming up. So, the one I'm going to start with this morning is one I've already done before, but I did it with the low-fat buttermilk. And I want y'all, and I know I told y'all in that video to use the whole buttermilk. I want y'all to follow this recipe that I'm doing today, which is the same recipe, but I want you to make sure that you use the whole buttermilk. It makes so much difference in the pie. To me it does. I mean, the other one's fine, but it's not like this booger. It's not as delicious as this. And I want y'all to see how it turns out really well. And this is a buttermilk pie, okay? And don't be, some people, you know, they're like, ooh, buttermilk, you know, but it's nothing like that. It is a custard pie, and it has lemon in it, and it's just good, y'all. It's good. I don't know that I've ever served it that anybody didn't like it. I can't think of that. But anyway, this is a buttermilk pie recipe from one of my dearest friends back years ago when we were going to church over at another church, and Miss Donnie was her name, and she made the buttermilk pie for the church functions, and everybody could not wait for her to bring her buttermilk pies. She'd have to bring numbers of them, not just one, because everybody was going to eat them up. So this is Miss Donnie's buttermilk pie that I'm going to make today, alright? And it's so easy, y'all. First things first, I have my oven preheated at 325, okay? I have my pie crust in here. There went my oven. It's ready. I have my pie crust in here. And see, since I'm putting a filling in it and baking it, I don't have to poke holes in it, right? I just got it all pressed in there real good and pinched on the edges and stuff, okay? Now, let me see. Okay, y'all can see me. All right, the next thing we're going to do, the first thing we're going to do is we need 5 eggs. That's why I'm saying this is a custard pie, okay? And since I have so many eggs, I'm going to crack them in a cup so that I don't have a boo-boo and get an eggshell in there. Alright? Crack 5 eggs. And the great thing about this pie is you just put everything together at one time in it, right? You don't have to go through this step and that step and this step. And this is always a hit, y'all. It has been for me. So, alright, there's my 5 eggs. Get that off my hand. Alright, I've got my 5 eggs in there. Now, this part trips people out a little bit, but I'm going to do it because I know how good it is. But it calls for 2 cups of sugar, okay? Now, if you want to, you can back off the sugar a little bit. If you are afraid that that's going to be too sweet for you. But with the lemon juice in it and the buttermilk in it, it's not for me. But if you wanted to back off, you know, I would say back off 1/4 to 1/2 cup. So you could, you know, put you 1.5 cups or 1 3/4 sugar in there, if that'll make you feel a little better about it. But guess what I'm doing? I'm going for the 2 cups because I know it's good. Alright? 2 cups of sugar. 1, 2. Okay. There's my sugar. Sugar. Okay, get it off my hands too. Alright. Alright, now we need 2 tablespoons of flour. Alright? 2 tablespoons. 1. And this is all-purpose flour, okay? 2. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add 1 stick of butter in here, a whole stick, okay? And I'm just gonna take it and just kind of cut it up just so it helps it beat up in there a little better. Now listen, when you get this when you get this beaten up in there, there's gonna be little chunks of butter all in the mix. Don't worry about that because that butter's gonna melt in that custard, okay? And I'm gonna show you what we do with that later on after it bakes, okay? Because that butter melts and it makes a little puddle in the middle. And we're gonna take that and drizzle it around the top of the pie before it cools down. So the butter goes all through it. Anyway, I'll show you that. But like I'm saying, don't worry about your butter having some little chunks in it, okay? When you beat it up. All right, the next thing we need is a cup of whole buttermilk, y'all. Whole buttermilk, okay? 1 cup. And I want all that buttermilk in there. Okay, a cup of buttermilk. Can I do this? I love doing that to my brother. It just makes him gag. My favorite thing is to put it in a cup and slurp it like that. Oh, he'll just, you know. But hey, that gets him back for everything he's ever done to me when we were children. My big brother. Anyway, great memories, right? Okay, we need a tablespoon of lemon juice. If you ain't got bottled lemon juice, you can use fresh lemon juice, but you know, for this recipe, this is great, right? And I put me a big old tablespoon of it in there, okay? All right, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. See there? I like that little lemon twang that it makes in it, okay? Get the lid back on here, and then, last but not least, we have a teaspoon of vanilla, y'all. There we go. That's the ingredients for this delicious, homemade, old-time buttermilk pie, okay? Started off slow so I don't make a gargantuan mess over here. Put my canisters back up real quick. Try to stay a little organized, right? It sure does help if you do that. Okay. And it's real thin and watery because you have so many eggs in there. You know, it's going to be real thin, so don't worry about it because you got 2 tablespoons of flour in there and all that egg in there. That's going to set up when it goes to baking. And it bakes for a long time, y'all, an hour and a half, okay? That's why you do it at 325. I could put my little cover on there, but I guess I'm being lazy and slinging egg blobs all over me. Let's see if I'm good with that. You know how these mixing bowls are on these machines down in there? It's got that little area where the stuff don't get in it, but see, look how thin it is. It's kind of, but anyway, oh, and see the little butter blobs floating in it? That's fine. That is absolutely fine. I just want to make sure these eggs are really beaten well in there. You might could, when you put your 5 eggs in there first, beat your eggs first. and then add the rest of your stuff, and then beat it. Just to make sure. Okay. Let me turn it down here a little bit. There we go. All right. I'm just going to pour it in there, y'all. All right. I've got my filling in there, and I am so excited to show y'all what I got me. Because any of y'all that follow me know I've been doing it forever because I didn't have a pie ring. Well, we went shopping the other day, and I was in Bed Bath & Beyond, and guess what I found? A pie ring. I've never seen one. I've never seen one. And see, it's got these little slots in the sides of it where you can, where it fits your pie plate, see? It locks in, and it'll, anyway, you can, whatever size your pie plate is, you can do that. However, guess what I discovered? Mine is a big old pie plate, so it's not going to lock together. So I've got me a little gap in there, which is no big deal because y'all know me, foil. Y'all know I use the foil. So I'm just going to put a little piece of foil right there. I wonder if I put it under it, if that would. Oh yeah, looky there. Okay, I'm going to put the foil on first. And then, okay, see, that's going to save our crust on the outside edge. I'm excited to see how it does, y'all. It's the little things, right? You got to love what you do. Okay, I'm going to put this in the oven at 325 for an hour and a half is what it calls for. I'm going to watch it and make sure and let y'all know about that. And maybe I can come back in here if I think about it, and I'll show y'all how it puffs up like a souffle does. It puffs up when it's baking, but I want that top of it to just brown good. You don't want to take it out too early. You want the top of it just to brown. And then when you take it out of the oven, it's going to fall, right? And that's when it sets up in there for slicing. It's so good, y'all. All right, in the oven right now. We'll be back after a while. Okay, y'all, I wanted y'all to see. See, I've got 12 minutes left on there, and remember it was an hour and a half. And I wanted you to see how it's puffing up? And can you see the butter bubbling in the middle? That's what I'm talking about, how it does. And we'll take that butter and drizzle it all over the top after it settles. But I've got 12 minutes left on it, and that should work beautifully for it. And we'll have us a buttermilk pie. There it is, y'all. Look at that bubble. Uh-oh. Cancel. Okay. That was exactly an hour and a half. Ooh, there goes my ring. Uh-huh. Look. Okay. There goes my little piece of foil. Now, what I wanted to show y'all I do. Let me get me a spoon over here. See how it's still puffy looking? Let me back up a little bit. See how it's puffed up looking? That is going to settle. But what I do is I take my spoon and I'm going to drizzle this butter. And I love to put this butter as well on the crust edge. Right? It's hard for me to hold the camera right and do that, but I love to take it and put it around this little edge of crust. Oh, y'all. It makes it so good. This is Miss Donnie's buttermilk pie. I'll never make another recipe. You know how you make some that, you know, you like to switch up on? This is one that I will never, you'll never convince me of another buttermilk pie, y'all. This is the way to go with it. And see, it's still puffy, like I say, but when as it cools, it's going to settle. See, and I'm just getting that butter right out of the middle of it. Oh, my goodness, y'all. I can't wait to get you a slice and show you. But look at that. Isn't that a pretty thing? Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Buttermilk pie, y'all. Made from scratch. As country as you can get. And the real deal. Melt in your mouth. I love you guys. Y'all take it easy. And have a good evening. And get ready for this football weekend, right? All that's fun and stuff. I'll come back, though, and cut a slice of it and show you. I'll do that first. All right. Okay, y'all. I thought I'd show you real quick. Now that it's settled, like I was telling you. Let me show it to you up close before I try to slice it. See how it's settled down now? It's no longer puffy in there, and all the butter has absorbed into it, into the crust and everything. There we go. Let's cut it in half right here. Y'all, these little crust pieces are so good. I'm telling you, that crust it just goes so good with it. Okay, and I never was a crust person when I was a kid, but I tell you what, maybe that's something happens when you get older. I don't know. Get under it here. There it is. Buttermilk pie, baby. Let's see how. Oh, it's just so good, y'all. Oh my goodness. I could just stand here and eat this whole piece right in front of y'all. Oh. Tell you what, that piece right there that stayed in the pan that's got the crust on it, on the bottom. I'm telling y'all, you gotta make this pie. Get that little piece off there. It's so good. You won't go wrong with it. Y'all try it, okay? Give it a try and use whole buttermilk. Whole buttermilk. And you'll be happy. Y'all stay happy and be blessed. And I love y'all. See you next time in the kitchen with Tally Faye.